Brittany Spears. This is the chart for Brittany Spears. She was just arrested for drunk driving. And Brittany Spears is the only concert, it's like one of the only concerts I've ever been to of a major recording artist. I've been to like small concerts of people that aren't that famous, but yeah, Britney Spears way back in the day when I was like 17. And I didn't even want to be there. I was there and I just said, let's go in to try to meet some girls. So Britney Spears, and look at this. Britney Spears' moon. We're going to get into the drunk driving thing. We're going to focus on that. She still can't get it together. Moon in Aquarius. I have moon in Aquarius. And her sun is in Sagittarius. So she likes to have fun. Lots of Sagittarius here. I was born around her time. I have similar stuff like the Uranus and Sagittarius, Sun and Neptune, the Neptune, Uranus and Sagittarius, this Pluto, Saturn stuff. And her Jupiter, I got a lot of synastry with her. Her Jupiter's right on my Saturn, and her Venus is right on my Sun, and her moon is right on my Venus. We got the same nodes too. So anyway, enough about me. She's got the South Node with Venus coming into life. South Node Venus in Capricorn. Moon in the 5th in Aquarius. Child. Look at this here. Childhood prodigy. Child prodigy. Moon in the 5th in Aquarius. Aquarius could correlate with like genius, prodigy. The 5th house, children. The moon. Children, youth, family. And then Venus, the big money coming into life. And if I was her, I would not drink at all. I would not do any drugs or any alcohol of any kind. Someone needs to tell her this. Just stay away from it. It's not worth it. Mars in the 12th. And that's why. Because she has Mars in the 12th. In Virgo. So we have a combination here of Mars, which is not going to be good in the 12th for someone who drinks alcohol. And then we have Virgo involved. So there's some type of health, healing work that she needs to do. A quick side story. I had Mars in the 6th. The house of work. I think it was in Aries. In my solar return one year. And I dropped a kitchen knife. I was working somewhere. And I dropped a butcher knife directly on my finger. I almost chopped my finger off. And I had that Mars in the 6th. So, like that's just an example. Like Mars in the 6th, working where I was working, I was very cautious because I knew, and it didn't matter. It didn't matter. And same thing here in her birth chart. Mars in the 12th. Just stay away, especially in Virgo. Stay away from the alcohol. Stay away from the drugs. And it's also making an exact square to Neptune in Sagittarius. There's Neptune, the ruler of Pisces. It's making an exact square, so that's an aspect that's going to bring tension to these areas of life, these houses, these symbols, these signs. And like I said, she's going to like having fun. Jupiter in the 1st. We could say Jupiter on the 2nd house of values, the cusp there. Got to find different ways to have fun. That's the thing. You got to have different ways of having fun. Luckily for me, I play sports. I find sports fun. I like playing tennis. It doesn't really get old for me. But for her, maybe she doesn't like sports. In that case, it's maybe a little bit more of a challenge. See, Sun in the 3rd. I was gonna look at the transits here, but she has all these planets in the 3rd, including Mercury. Mercury's with Uranus. Uranus and Mercury are rulers and exalted in Aquarius. This has to do with the brain, the 3rd house. Neptune's there too. So a lot going on in her head. A lot going on in her head. Definitely needs a good therapist or just somebody good around her at all times. I mean, even the moon in Aquarius, the brain. Yeah. Does she? I don't know if she has that. And sometimes it's not even that. It's the person. They just... I have my theories. I think we're all under spell. I think we're all under spells, and we're kind of... Which, for lack of a better way to explain it, we're trying to deal with these energies consuming us. So what else? The transits. She has Pluto coming up, gonna go over her moon. And Pluto is right here around this 5th house cusp. So maybe she had something going on here in her brain. The ruler Uranus there in the 3rd, on the 3rd house cusp. Look at Uranus on the 3rd house cusp at 0 degrees. Man, I wonder what that's like. I've met some girls. I've met some girls in my life that were Brittany Spears-esque, we'll say. I've met them. I've hung around them temporarily. I wouldn't want to be around them full time. Yeah, so she got that Pluto there. Uranus just transited in a trine to that Venus. I'm not going to look up what's actually going on in her life. You can do that. And then the Saturn. So I just primarily going to look at like the big planets. Saturn and Neptune going over the 7th. So I will actually look. I'm going to look up what happened to her. I don't know, but I'm not going to talk about it. I do these live. I don't prepare. I only prepare when I'm doing my studying. But once I start doing these videos, I don't put any more research into it. It's all for practice. See if there's anything else. Where's Mars? Mars is here, and Mars is going into the... Mars just went into the 6th, the whole sign. So more of this Pisces Virgo stuff. She had a bunch of planets in the 6th, and yeah, I mean, you could talk about that. A bunch of planets transiting the Pisces there in the 6th. We're talking about alcohol. See ya. I'm gonna leave it there. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.